you let us down, and you're trying. I know you're in denial, but you let us down, and I agree with what Hugh said. If we just stuck at it like Welbeck, I know I had faith in both of us. If you stuck at it like Welbeck, I think literally we were around a year or two away from actually getting to where you wanted to be.
I just thought actually, I didn't think your head was in the right space.
But
I also think talent-wise, I don't think you were good enough to make it. That's a fact, bro.
Wow.
That's a fact, though.
What about you? Is that
hell.
why you left?
No,
Is that why you
I'm
left?
saying-
Is that why you left?
Let's break down the honesty.
We're in a duo, though.
but let's break down the honesty.
Yeah.
The honesty is that you obviously then did a solo thing.
No, before that, before you left them.
Yeah, I
That's
know,
why
but
you
even the duo, I think it was a mess, it was shambles. But then you did a solo thing and it didn't work.
No, yeah.
Wes, I'm
That's what I
not saying
said.
Wes is the most talented person in the world, but he released a hit. And that's a hit. And we can't deny that's a hit.
No, but the point-
You went solo, you didn't release no hits.
I remember when Ayo called me and he said, yo, what do you think of this song? Sent me this song. Didn't tell me who it was. I said, this tune is cold. It was like, yo, this is Wes from Love Island. From there, I was like, what? But he didn't want to tell me first because the stigma that comes with being on Love Island can be a bit, do you know what I mean? But the way they did it and marketed it, I think they played it to quite a few music people first. I saw Wes post a clip of Crep listening to it. And like he done it in the right way, which was respectful and still kind of, you know, he does done it in the right way. And I think big up Ayo as well. Ayo helped out a lot on that side of things. And even Ayo said to me, when he first got the call to work with Wes, he was like, oh, it's a bit mad Love Island. Is he even talented? And obviously when he worked with Wes, he heard his voice and he said he was gone from there. He's actually sick at
He went on
singing,
X Factor Celebrity, basically. That must be what you mean.
That's
After
it.
Love Island.
After Love Island.
After
I
he's
thought it was
become
in
a
my
celebrity.
After-
No, you're twisting stuff again. Look, the guy, what the point we're making is, he's really capitalised off this Love Island thing.
You don't know that show, do you?
What?
You don't understand the show. I watched that show.
No, listen, right?
No, he won a contract, a music contract or something.
From what? From X Factor
From the X
Celebrity?
Factor show.
Is this before Love Island?
No, it was after. Until it was after, though. But
He's
Love Island
famous
gave him the
after
platform.
Love Island,
Yeah, Love
right?
Island gave him
Oh,
the
so he's
platform.
used it to get onto
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
There's no way of getting out of this, right? What we're trying to say is, or ask you is, why didn't you capitalise?
Because
You
CJ
dropped the
quit
bag.
music. I was in
No,
a
stop
band.
it, stop it,
I was
stop
in a
it.
duo.
Nah,
I wasn't a solo artist like Wes Nelson. I was in a duo 50-50.
Maybe.
And CJ started getting upset because he said it was the Anton show. He said it's Anton plus that Donny. Yeah.
You're a
he
mess,
said
bro.
Anton plus Donny.
You're a mess, bro.
Yeah. So CJ one day just said no. Bun
You
it.
know,
So
like-
and bear in mind, I was never solo. So then when CJ's gone bun it, and I've gone on Big Brother for music, I've then gone, right, I now have to start doing solo music.
We've got to be
so I've had to
real.
like learn
No,
how
we've-
to do solo.
After a
And I've,
while.
you know, me and him will do
After a
music
while, yeah.
since we were 14.
Yeah.
15.
After a while, you've got to look at yourself and think, actually, you need to have a long conversation and think, actually, is it me? When you start blaming other people, you'll think, was it me?
But why did you? No, but
Was
you
it
left. No, I'm not
talent-wise?
blaming you. You left.
I know,
Just give you a
definitely,
fact.
because I just thought, actually, I didn't think your head was in the right space.
Is that
But
why
I
you
also
left?
think talent-wise, I don't think you were good enough to make it. That's
Oh.
a fact, bro.
Wow.
That's a fact, though.
What about you? Is that
hell.
why you left? No, is that why you left? No, is that why you left?
Let's break down the honesty.
We're in a duo, though.
But let's break down the honesty.
Yeah.
The honesty is that you obviously then did a solo thing.
No, before
Still
that,
didn't
before
work.
you left them.
Yeah, I
Which
know,
one
but
you
even the duo, I think it was a mess, it was shambles. But then you did a solo thing and it didn't work.
No, yeah.
Wes,
That's
I'm
what I
not saying
said.
Wes is the most talented person in the world, but he released a hit. And that's a hit. And we can't deny that's a
tune.
hit.
No, but the point is,
You went solo, you didn't release no hits.
as a duo, we could have made
Because
a hit. Right?
no, but you were a mess, bro. You
No,
were
but as a
mess.
duo, no, but
mentally, you
no, but
The
duo
talent
means two.
wasn't
So
there.
mentally, you're a mess.
So were you mentally right?
Yeah, I was very much straight and
So
narrow.
were you?
You were a mess.
So were you mentally ready?
Why is that
Wait, so
mentally?
wait. So were
You
you
were a
mentally,
mess.
were you
You know
mentally
that
ready
you were a
to
mess.
make a hit?
Bro,
Were you mentally ready? to make a
it
hit?
doesn't work. He's come out of Big Brother.
he's answering
He's come
it.
out of Big Brother. I'm in the real world. He's like living in the clouds. Basically,
Wait,
doesn't know what
were
he's
we-
doing.
were we-
How are we a duo? We're not a duo,
Were
bro.
we on one extra?
G and A,
doesn't-
bro.
it
G
doesn't
and
work,
A.
Basically, you go to Big
Who's
Brother.
the
ruin
G?
the
Who's
duo.
the A?
You go to Big Brother.
How do you ruin the
ruin
duo?
duo.
You-
But listen,
Alright,
I
if you
don't
didn't leave,
have
would
any
we have made
regrets. I don't have any regrets because I don't think music was for us anyway, bro.
Why?
I don't think it was. I just don't think it
We were
was.
doing well.
No, but it's
Everyone
not-
knew us.
No, I don't think it was, bro. I don't think it was.
We just needed a
Do
hit.
you
I
know
don't
how
think it
many
was.
people though I've listened to over the years who I've thought, nah, this ain't for you, mate.
Exactly.
And then 10,
I'll be real.
15 years later, they're still there and they're at the pinnacle. And I'll give you an example.
Go on, who?
I'm Kojo Funds.
Oh, bless you.
When
Yeah.
I first heard, I thought, rotted. don't give up your day job. And now I say, wow.
Consistently, yeah.
Bro, if you Danny Welbeck, turn up. First man there, last man to
that's my
leave for
point,
20
CJ.
years in a row, and he starts every fucking game. That's how it works.
You know, if
Danny
you never,
Welbeck.
if
What
you
do you
never
mean?
quit, yeah,
Just
we
be
carried
there,
on.
bro. Just
Yeah,
be
stay in
there.
the game.
yeah,
Bro, you
no,
know, if
no,
we
I
never
get
quit,
that.
right, and we just carried on till this day. Do you don't think we would have made it?
100%.
Let me
No, come on, 35.
no,
Why
we
he's
made
saying
it.
you ain't got even
Let
got
me-
the talent.
let me-
though.
let me
That's
tell-
what he was
let me
saying.
tell you one thing.
That's mad.
I didn't think
honestly,
at the
I
time.
was the brains part
No,
of the
no, no.
duo.
At
Like,
a
videos,
time.
beats,
At a time.
like,
The problem
all
is
they had to do was write a 16 bar.
The problem is
That's all they had to do.
Anton didn't actually have the talent. But what I would say is he had the work ethic. And I think actually as he's gotten older, he's actually gotten better in terms of like obviously his pitch when he was younger, it was very squeaky. I remember I always said I hated your vocals. It's very hard. Also, we'd get in the studio, he'd be coughing, because remember he has asthma, like so unprofessional. Every track we recorded, there was coughing. You could hear coughing throughout. Like, he was a mess, bro. It was a mess. And it would be like, he'd be like
Lil Weezy,
beating some
baby.
like Munter the night before, 3 out of 10 girl, then rock up to the studio next morning. And I'm like, you're a mess, bro. You're not in the right mind frame to actually do this. We'll go and have A&R meetings with like management companies who wanted to sign us. They'll be like, right, okay, talk us through, tell us about yourselves. He'll just be on his phone, like basically tweeting Babe Station girls. And I'm like, bro, we're in a meeting talking about contracts.
Yeah, but
he's not
the thing is,
focused. He's
you
not
bringing
focused,
bad
bro.
negative energy to the duo as well.
No,
because remember when
I just didn't.
that
I
girl
didn't like
wrote
it,
an
bro.
essay about you giving her AIDS.
Yeah, but what's that got
on
to do with music, bro?
Sorry, what?
he was with this girl and he got so angry, right? It was the funniest thing ever. He got so angry that she wrote an essay on Facebook, messenger to him saying, "You've given me AIDS and I'm going to report you." It was like that long. I remember you showed me, it was that long. And it was all because you'd sent a video of you beating another girl to her. Remember?
What are you on about?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wait, what are you? What's this got to do with
No, but I was
culture? I'm
bringing
so
negative light
confused.
to the duo because we're supposed to be nice guys. We were supposed to be like Rizzle Kick / Crap to Go Man. So you're giving us like bad energy. Because the thing is,
Anyway.
conversationalist, right?
Yeah.
And you might think, oh, Anton's not a conversationalist, but I'm like you in a way where all girls like me, though. And I never leave a bad, like, do you know what I mean? I can be friends with everyone. Yeah, nice, calm. Like, every girl's calm with me. But CJ, he leaves a trail of destruction. Like, he leaves a trail of destruction. Like, to this day, like, if he'd be all chatty and he'll talk to a girl 4 or 5 hours. If she's not on him, she'll go, "You're butters anyway. Yeah, move from me. Yeah, you make me sick. Wow. Yeah, like that's his personality. Like to me,
I'm just trying to work out how we went from talking about GNA. You see how he's, I don't know what's going on.
Do you know what I mean though? Like, how
bro?
many times have we been together when we were younger?
That was a
where
bad diversion.
Where we'd be with girls.
I'm so confused.
And you'll scream. You'll scream at them. Right?
We're talking about
she's
your,
racist.
We're talking.
She's racist.
Listen, let's get back to the point. We'll talk about your talent. Yeah? We'll talk about your lack of talent at the time. And you asked a very honest question. He's like, "Why did you not stick out through?" And I'm an honest guy.
Were you
like,
more talented than
no,
me?
bro. I don't want to sound rude, but you wasn't the best. Like you weren't the best.
What was his weakest?
Yeah.
He had a lot of things. Like,
Writing or
no, there was
flow
a few,
was hard,
bro, there was a few things that
Flow was
weren't
hard.
quite there. I always said the flow and the rhyming scheme improved over time. He did really. Basically, vocals weren't right, delivery was poor, pitch of voice wasn't great at all. One thing he did have was flow. I give him that. He had the flow.
Okay.
Even like girls that he was seeing at the time was like, he would play a track of me and him on a song, and she'd be like, "Ross, CJ's cold." Like you, on the other hand, remember Nina? Remember Nina?
crazy.
She was like,
Nina
CJ's
with
cold.
the Nina.
It's like, CJ's cold. You, I'm not sure. And that was a recurring thing.
sure.
Recurring thing. He did, I'd say his style was like Pro Green. He was very jokey with bars.
Yeah,
And
very jokey.
respectfully, I didn't like Pro Green. I thought Pro Green had charisma, but not my kind of rapper. Just like quick
What was our
punchlines,
biggest song when
something.
you say when we were a duo? What was our biggest song?
Probably Million.
And
Leah
how
remix.
did that come about? So I found a beat.
Yeah, your work
I wrote
ethic was
most of the
sensational.
song.
No.
You were lying in your bed, and
I
I went
will-
into your room,
I will
knocked the
say
door,
this- I will
and I
say
said,
this
"I just
now.
need a 16 bar from you." And you went, "Oh,
To be fair,
mate,
no,
like, come
he's
on,
right,
allow
he's right.
me."
I'll echo this.
Forced
His
him to a
work
16
ethic.
bar. It's our biggest song. That's
Listen,
our biggest song.
I'm going to back you up on this. His work ethic was sensational. It was very
And I
good.
spun you on that track.
You actually didn't.
All right, what was your
You
verse?
actually
What
didn't.
was your verse? Everyone knows mine was.
Can we get the song back
Do you
up?
own
Can we
the
play
rights
this?
to the track?
Do I? No, because
it's
it's a
an Aaliyah
Leah
song.
Well, I
sample.
can't play it then. That was clowny. So you sold your biggest track for like peanuts, clearly.
Well, no, was it played on?
We have to play
no,
it. We're
wasn't
going to
played
need to
on-
play it for the people at some
Do you remember
point.
Big Brother? They messaged you when I was in there, and
Yeah.
they wanted to play that, but we don't own the rights.
Yeah, so we
that
couldn't
one.
play it. Yeah, but play
Yeah.
Winner, even Winner.
Winner. Yeah, I spun you on that.
Oh,
know
you
that
actually
one.
didn't at all.
Come on, spun you.
I'm
on
happy to play this and let the people decide.
That.
But
I
anyway.
spun you on that.
Yeah, let the people decide.
What's your opinion? Have you heard some of that stuff?
I've got a song with Ironic.
Why
the
do you
other day.
think
We had a
it
song.
didn't work?
I thought honestly it was work ethic, like what you're saying he has got. But the way I see him working now is how I've always seen tracks work, as in like he'll say he's doing music for a few months then stop. You know, that in music for me that doesn't work like that. You have to be consistent. Like
We had a
with
good
anything.
song. We had a good song.
Yeah, we had a good song, but what did it do?
I
You
remember-
get me?
I
Unless
remember
you're
it's
in
cool.
this music thing seriously, you know what I'm saying? You got to be pushing it, bro.
So you think any Tom, Dick and Harry can just wake up and be like, I'm a musician?
No, but hard work beats talent a lot of time.
Is that actually true though with music?
Yeah, because
in
like,
music,
That's true in anything.
Yeah,
in music
bro.
though.
In
Yeah,
anything.
if you're consistent enough.
No, I think you
If
got to
I-
have
if
a
I'm-
bit of
if
talent
I'm
as
in,
well.
if I let's take CJ out this, yeah, and he's saying I was rubbish, but I had a good work ethic, right? Check this work ethic. Say I'm in a duo with you, yeah, not CJ. Listen to just a few things that I did, and would you have taken a different approach or taken these opportunities? I brought CJ to a studio with Dot Rotten, with Dot Rotten all day.
And he said I'm cold.
To make music.
Yeah, to make
And
music.
Dot Rotten said I was cold. Just
Yeah.
for the record,
No, but
he was
I'm
like
saying,
CJ's cold.
I took CJ.
Facts.
And
Did you get something out of that
Yeah, we
session?
did. Dot was
we,
like
we got
CJ's
arrested
cold.
2 days later and he lost his number.
What?
Yeah.
I remember for attempted murder.
I know,
thing.
yes.
So-
But you stop diverting stories. You're confusing
No, that-
everyone.
that-
You're confusing.
came
everyone.
up-
That
came
sounds
up-
crucial because have you got a link psychologically to that, and then thinking, oh no, this is
Well, yeah, slightly. We were in the studio. Dot Rotten was like, and so we'll back this up. Dot was like, CJ, your flow is cold. Like these are hard. These are good bars. And we were like, rah, this is our time.
He did say that.
And then, yeah, obviously 2-2s. We went to Jerome Daily, Grime Daily.
We went to jail. Why
are you laughing? Why
Going
is everyone
to jail for AM.
No, it was long because we had recorded the song. We recorded a few songs with him, and we had we had a good set with Dot Run all day. And I admit he gassed CJ, but then a couple of days later when the JRM thing mistakenly arrested for the attempted murder thing at JRM, and then when we came out, I think they kept our mobiles, we. Basically, CJ, I remember what you were MySpace, were you Facebook messaging Dot Run? Can we? Where's the song, bro? Hey, bro, it's CJ. Bro, it's CJ. Bro, I've lost my phone. And he just aired us something. I think he replied to you. I think he did reply to you and said, "Oh, do you know what? I've lost that folder or something like that."
Listen,
So you
if I
never
can't,
got
if
the
I,
songs
if I
back?
don't cry, I'll laugh. I have to laugh. But
never-
yeah,
you never
we
had
got
them
songs.
songs
We
since that
yeah,
day?
never seen the song.
You know what though? Do you know what, though?
He's like, "Who are you?"
Who are
He
you?
said, "No, I don't know CJ, bro." But it was mad though. Just
But
mad.
these times
I
he
brought
was
him to-
stoned a
no,
lot
but my
though
point
as
is,
well.
I brought him to
He's
Dot Roll's
stoned.
studio. Yeah,
He
I
didn't
brought
know
him
what's
to Dot Roll's
going on.
studio, right? Also, I brought him to Radio 1 Extra on his birthday to speak to Ace and Viz and drop our debut single. I've also brought him. I've got our first ever video onto TV, not
No, he
YouTube.
did
Our
a
first
lot.
music
He
video was on
did a lot. He
TV.
did a lot.
Yeah, Flavor TV. It was in the top 5 hottest tracks of the week with gigs, and then we were like second. Yeah, I kept bringing all these opportunities. Yeah, and he's always been like.
I'm gonna free something. That's, you know what?
okay,
You know
like-
you know
and
you
I'm
know, you know
dragging
when you know
him.
when you have an
Right.
epiphany.
I just
you know
needed
when you,
someone with
Anton,
my-
Anton, let me come back to this now, and I'm gonna agree with 85% of what you said there is correct. Yeah. The reality is, I come from a Nigerian household. Yeah. So my dad and my family, mainly my dad, because you know my dad's obviously spearheaded the whole thing for like the last 10 years, right? He's basically like. The idea of me going into music was never a thing. Like, do you know what I mean? So like the whole thing is like I'm seeing we're doing this thing, but he's like, right, university, etc. So I've already got that pressure. So music for me, if the money's not coming in straight away, I'm already a bit like raw. Like I've got
Your heart's not in it.
my heart, not my heart's not in it, but I've got that pressure.
Yeah.
But I think as a Jamaican, I think we all know. Let's free it. I think Jamaican and Nigerian households are different. I think Jamaican there's a bit more of a free spirit. No, do your thing. But I think Nigerian households is that's a fact.
Can you answer my- no, but-
Am I lying?
I think he's right.
No, but can you answer my
Thank
question,
you.
though?
I'm
Can
not
you-
lying.
can you answer my
So,
question,
I'm
though?
bro. Listen,
A lot
just
of-
let
a
me
lot
go.
of
I'm
Nigerian-
going deeper.
A lot of Nigerian families, if you came home and you said, "Mummy, I'm going to be a rapper,"
Who's freed it?
you
Who's
would get
freed
a
it?
beating.
Bro,
Yeah.
who's freed it? So I'm going deep here into the reasons. So Anton's out here. He's an anomaly. Anton's out here being like, oh yeah, like I'm doing it. And I'm in my head, I'm like, rah, this is actually really good. But I'm almost like still thinking, no, but I need to get a job and house and even like where we lived. He's trying to,
Yeah.
we lived together, we rented,
Let me
right?
ask you something quickly before
I was willing to live at home with my dad, with my family to save money. to buy a house. He's like, fuck that. You're not doing that.
Outside.
Bro, if it wasn't for him, I would have saved. I would have had pee, bro. But he's like, no, you're not doing that.
Steve.
We're renting.
Let me ask you something though.
So it's like that
Is
whole
it
Nigerian
still
Jamaican.
because also that you don't have faith? You didn't have faith in his talent. It sounds like that because if you got faith in what you're doing, you're like, fuck the big job, fuck the uni. Sorry for swearing.
Especially if you've got someone who seems like he's making all the things happen.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're like, I don't think he's gonna bust us.
I thought he was decent. I didn't think he was.
See, by the way,
I didn't think he was amazing. I
Who
thought
got the young and
decent
feature?
at best. That's
Me.
facts.
I did everything.
His
like,
work
I literally
ethic was. I've told you, his work ethic
was mental.
He was.
right?
He was running
But
around, but I
What
didn't
were
think
you
would
bringing
turn
to the table?
Nothing, just a 16
delivering.
bar.
That's what I'm
Just
saying.
bringing a 16 bar.
And he is right. He's right.
That's
But
all
I have to admit, I didn't necessarily rate you as highly as I.
No, but
if
opportunities I'm
you were
giving
like,
you.
bro, if you were like, let's just say like off the top of my head, like Skepta or who's cold, who's really cold right now? J Hus, yeah. Let's say you were like J Hus. Maybe I would have been more on this team, bro. But
but all
I
these
didn't see you like J Hus back then.
So when you're sat in One Extra, when you get the young and feature, when you're sat with Doc Rotten, when you're all getting all these things, I put you on TV and music. Do you not think, raw? He's actually doing even like you said, like my work ethic's strong, yeah. I wanted it. Like I actually wanted it. But then I'm in a duo with someone who, Nigerian household, but I'm in a duo whose energy is completely different to mine. Talented, but not he's just a bit like I don't care. I don't care.
So I thought it was a mismatch of personality. I'm just thinking, I'm just unpacking all of this. So I'm thinking, in my head, psychologically, to answer your question, I think there was a mismatch of personalities. I think it literally was like Digger D and like Dave, or Digger D and Blanco. And I was just in my head, he's my boy first and foremost. So I was like, regardless of the music, you're still my brother. But I was like, is the music thing in the world? Like, your energy's all the way over there in the clouds. I'm trying to be on the straight and narrow.
But I was doing
and this is why I say the friendship is mad, because believe it or not, I think as the 10 years and the decades have gone on, I think he's become less in the clouds and a bit more like, right, this is, and I've become a bit more raw, do you know what I mean? And that's how it's...
More of a creative.
Yeah, not creative. I've always had creative.
You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking about the straight and narrow thing now. You're more, I need to do this and try that.
That's
more.
it. Yeah, literally. That's how we've almost crossed over.
You know,
that's the reality,
when we're talking about this now, and I think like,
literally, bro.
When I think back now and we're talking about this, I think, raw, I really did pull out a lot of stuff out of the bag for us.
You did.
though.
I mean,
a lot of things, right? And I've never thought about it.
This is why I bring it up, because I see multiple people now. It's a factory actually of clout, and it's a fucking money machine. Really, this reality TV thing, especially Love Island, where the Fury kid, who is obviously Fury's whatever he is, or relative, but he's made enough money through Love Island and is making millions now through the boxing YouTubers. Right?
Yeah. That's what KSI next.
Yeah, he'll make at least 4 mil that night.
That's mad.
Oh, so KSI will make 50.
Well, I mean, who knows what he's making really? But
What
yeah,
was that Fury guy? He was in Love Island.
yeah,
Wow.
with his missus, who is
He was a boxer before though.
not really well known at all. Definitely not well respected as
Undefeated.
Yeah, I
but
thought it was
fighting
always
dons out the
boxing.
pub, right? And he's still not really fought anyone, so we're not doing that. But what I'm trying to say is, there's a way out of these things.
By the way, if I wasn't talented, remember when you did leave and I went solo, and I was trying to do my solo thing. Remember I was doing like Panda remix and doing all these different things. I did Just Bounce, a grime song. It went on Charlie Sloth's show,
Is
track
that
of the
enough,
week,
though?
and I didn't send it to Charlie Sloth.
But is that enough?
I don't. Yeah, but do you get me? As in, like, I can't be whack, and I was on my own
Bro,
trying.
But let me.
Do you mean?
I've said this very clearly. Yeah, you've gotten better now compared to what you were before. I think you've definitely aged well. Like your music now, like even last year when you started releasing a few things, it's actually at a very good level.
That was like 2 years ago, I think.
2 years ago, you're at a good level. But I don't know if it's because your voice is broken.
You let us down, and you're trying. I know you're in denial, but you let us down, and I agree with what Hugh said. If we just stuck at it like Welbeck, I know I had faith in both of us. If you stuck at it like Welbeck, I think literally we were around a year or two away from actually getting to where you wanted to be.
Not even that. If you dropped a song the week you come out of Big Brother,
Yeah.
you'd have been gone clear, bro.
One million, it grew. The views flew up, but
I think that's where you maybe need a bit of guidance as well, though. You know, if someone maybe like an older brother or someone wires who's got their head switched on could be like, right, this is what you man can do. You get it? Do you know what I mean?
We're no
Someone
real
just
guy.
to be
We were
like,
running around.
we're running around like hellish chickens.
We'll just
Headless chickens.
run it, yeah.
If there was that, and that's what I say, that's the advantage. Well, I look at people like, it's a different industry, sport. Rashford, he's got his older brothers. If you got that older sibling, someone who's got their head switch on, who could just be like, do this.
Like even Rolling with Boy Better Know, we weren't ever talking to Jamie or Skepta about music.
Yeah, but musicians are bookie, bro. Musicians will never be like, this is how to do it.
No,
They're
but we were just
bookie,
running
bro.
around,
They're
and they
bookie.
just know us as being nutcases. They just
We
know
were
us
known
as,
in
do you
this.
mean?
Yeah, we were
Everyone
known.
knew us. A lot of musicians and artists knew us, but they knew Ansel CJ Mental. That's how we were known. So
Anyway.
let us down, man.
But yeah, don't forget that one more thing I would say to that. I knew in my head there was this stigma of he's just come out of Big Brother. No one really made it from a reality show into music.